Welcome to the Esthetician Coach podcast, where passion meets strategy. I'm your host and esthetician coach, Amber Boone, and each week we're talking strategies, solutions, and mindset to build and attract your best life and career yet. Welcome back to the Esthetician Coach podcast. Today we're diving into one of my favorite topics, clean beauty, and how to tell the difference between true intentional products and the ones that are just wearing the green mask. Whether you're an esthetician wanting to educate your clients better, or you're simply someone who loves clean, conscious skincare, this episode is going to help you decode labels, spot those red flags, and align with products that truly support your skin and your values. So let's start with the basics. What does clean beauty actually mean? Clean beauty isn't a regulated term, so it can mean different things depending on who you ask. For me, clean beauty means products that are free from harmful or irritating ingredients like parabens, sulfates, synthetic fragrances, and certain preservatives. Transparency in formulations, where brands are up about what they're actually putting inside the products and not trying to hide it as a good ingredient. A commitment to non-toxic, skin-safe, and environmentally friendly practices. But more than that, it's about intention. Clean beauty should not only be safe for the skin, but also honor our bodies, the planet, and the energetic frequency that we carry around every day. And here's where it gets tricky. Greenwashing is when a brand uses marketing language to make a product seem clean, natural, or eco-conscious when it's really not. In fact, I got an ad from a skincare company, a very large and well-known skincare brand, and they were advertising holistic skincare. And I know that their skincare, because I worked with it in the past when I was an esthetician in the treatment room, I know that their skincare is the furthest thing from being holistic, but it's a buzzword. So they're trying to get in on the holistic clean beauty practices or, the marketing part of that. So continue growing their brand because people are seeking out more holistic, more natural alternatives. And so I just kind of laughed. I was like, what do you do? But some people that get that, they think, okay, this is holistic skincare when it's clearly not. It's just a marketing term that they're using. And some common greenwashing tactics include natural or all natural. We can even see this at the grocery store when we go to the grocery store and we're looking for chicken or beef, and I've seen the labels all natural, and it makes you think, oh, well, this is good for me. Not always, but there's no regulations here on using the words natural or all natural. Even a product with one plant extract and a bunch of toxic fillers can be labeled natural. Hypoallergenic, again, it's not a regulated term. This doesn't mean it's safe for sensitive skin necessarily. Dermatologist approved, we see that all the time in advertising and marketing. So we think, well, if 8 out of 10 dermatologists approved it, it's got to be safe and okay for me to use on my skin. And that's just not the case. This can be slapped on by any brand. One derm even saying, okay, is really all it takes. So they can put this it's a very loosely used term. Packaging that looks earthy or botanical. I've seen this too. Just because it looks natural doesn't mean it is. You have to look beyond the branding and the marketing and go straight to the ingredient list. And I know it can be overwhelming to look at the ingredient list. I've looked at them for years and looked at products, and especially when they list so many things. And that can also be a red flag if they have so many products in there that you get overwhelmed by the label. But let's look at how to relabel. Let's decode that label. And here's some things that I suggest looking for. Those first 5 ingredients are going to matter the most. And these are going to make up the majority of the product. If you see alcohol, mineral oil, or synthetic fillers up at the top, that's going to be a red flag. Avoid those toxic 12. And those common culprits can include parabens, phthalates, PEGs, synthetic fragrances, formaldehyde releasers, SLS and SLES. Fragrance. If you see fragrance or perfume with no explanation, definitely be cautious. Many synthetic fragrances are endocrine disruptors and irritants. Latin names can be a good sign and can indicate actually real botanical ingredients. So pay attention to those. And if you can't pronounce it, that doesn't always mean it's bad. some, because there's a lot of ingredients that I can't pronounce, good and bad, but some naturally derived ingredients have a science name, but it's worth a quick Google or using an app like the EWG Skin Deep just to check it out and see what it truly is, because not all sciencey names are bad. But I do get really irritated when I see fragrance or perfume in some of these really high-end medical grade skincare creams or serums, because I'm like, we can do better. It's 2025 and you don't have to be putting those ingredients in there. And so that would often irritate me just because, or the colors, the different dyes that they put in skincare. It's not necessary. We don't need our skincare to be green or to be blue or whatever color they're making it. We don't need that added into our skincare for our bodies. That doesn't need to be going in. So I get really irritated sometimes, especially when they're charging a lot of money and they're putting those types of fillers and things to make it smell good or look good. I just think it's very unnecessary. Not only that, but it's very unhealthy as well. So there's that. But building a clean back bar or maybe a personal ritual for yourself doesn't have to be hard or complicated. If you're an esthetician and you want to start building a clean back bar, it all starts with intention. If you're someone that's just wanting to start using clean ingredients in your skincare routine, same thing. It's all going to start with that intention. That's where we're going to build and change our routine and make effective long-term results. So you want to think about how ingredients are interacting with your skin barrier and with the skin barrier, whether the formulations are going to align with your values. And that was a big thing for me in the treatment room, is supporting brands that aligned with my values and that aligned with what I believed, a skincare product should offer to clients. To be clean, effective, something that actually works, but doesn't have all of these toxic ingredients and toxic fillers just to be putting something in the skincare to, fill the bottle basically and get more money. That's not okay. And these brands will tell you anything to get you to sell their skincare. Some of them will, not all of them. I work for a really good brand, So I know there are exceptions to the rule, but just be cautious, be wary of that. Supporting brands that care about the sustainability, that they're, care about integrity, they care about transparency. They're very upfront and honest with you about what they're putting in their products. That's so important. Even if you're not switching 100% overnight, start small. So replace one product at a time or begin with your most used items. That's easy to do. Maybe a cleanser, a moisturizer. Think about the things you use the most and start slowly replacing them if you can't do it all at once. I totally get that. You've got to be smart about your budget. For personal use, think of your skincare ritual as an energetic exchange. So your skin is the largest organ that you have, and it acts as a barrier. So it protects us from infections, ultraviolet radiation, and damage. So what you put on it communicates directly with your body. So choose products that feel good energetically as well as physically. Clean beauty is more than just a trend. When we align with products that are safe, intentional, rooted in nature, we're not just taking care of our skin. We're honoring our bodies, our planet, and our energetic space. So if this episode spoke to you, I would love to hear your thoughts. Screenshot it, tag me on Instagram, or leave a review if you're feeling generous today. I would truly appreciate it. Share it with your best esthetician or favorite person. And if you want to go deeper into the world of clean, intentional skincare, I've created a cheat sheet. It's called the Clean Beauty Ingredient Guide. So it lists the top ingredients to avoid, what to look for in a product, and how to confidently spot greenwashing. So I'll link it below if you want to grab it. And until next time, keep growing, keep glowing, and I'll see you in the next episode.